The greatest people in history all had one thing in common. That wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, and it wasn't some secret hack. Guess what it is? It is discipline. Muhammad Ali once said that I hated every single second and minute of training, but I said I don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Steve Jobs called discipline the ability to focus on what truly matters and say no to everything else. And Jim Rohn said discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Think about it. Every person you admire, every person you look up at and think, wow, they're unstoppable in life. Their secret weapon wasn't motivation all the time. It was discipline. And the truth is that most people don't want to hear this. If you can't master discipline, you will stay stuck in life in every single aspect. That is the harsh truth. And I had to learn this the hard way as well. Last year, discipline felt impossible for me. If I felt off track even once, that was it. It was game over for me. I would spiral, beat myself up, and then completely give up on the whole goal. And when I say give up, I don't mean for a day or two. I mean I disappear from my goals for weeks, sometimes even months, and sometimes they would just go down the drain. And I would keep telling myself that it's fine, I'll start later. But the thing is that later never comes for anyone. Later becomes an excuse, and later becomes the comfort zone. And all those laters stacked up into wasted time that I can never go back to now. But this year I started educating myself. I read books on discipline, on habits, how to build habits, how to keep them, and I feel like I've definitely improved. I realized that discipline doesn't mean being perfect every single day. It just means getting back on track faster than anyone else. And I still fall off the same way as I did before, but now instead of disappearing for weeks, I catch myself in a day or in half a day and I tell myself, no, go back to the gym. I'll reset and I'll get back to it the very next day, sometimes even the same evening. And that right here is the difference between the old me and the new me that you're watching now. The old me had one bad day, would turn it into a bad season, and the new me doesn't give myself that option anymore. I wouldn't be sitting here making almost 150 videos otherwise. And if you saw my great lock-in video before this, which you guys loved, and I'm so happy you did, you already know exactly what I mean. These final 100 days of the year aren't about hype or quick bursts of motivation, because motivation is very cute to have, but it's very temporary. Discipline is what actually transforms you, because the truth is your life only changes when you stay locked in long enough to see those results stack up. Now let's shift the way you think about discipline, because most people will treat discipline like an absolute punishment, like it's this heavy, painful thing you have to drag yourself through for your whole life. But discipline doesn't have to feel like torture, because you want to enjoy the process of going towards your goals as well. In fact, when you do it right, discipline for many people around me I've seen has become addictive. That's where the breadcrumb method that I'm going to talk about this in this video comes in. The idea is super simple, but it's very powerful. You stop setting yourself up for failure with huge, overwhelming goals that scare you off before you even begin. Instead of that, you create tiny, almost laughable small steps, which like little breadcrumbs along the way that lead you straight into your habit every single day. Think about it. If your goal is to work out, your breadcrumb is not go to the gym for an hour. That's way too heavy when you're just starting off or when you hate the gym. Your breadcrumb is simply putting your shoes on and going out of the house. That's it. And now that's too small to fail for you. And here's where the breadcrumb method comes in. Once you've taken that first breadcrumb, the momentum kicks in. 9 times out of 10, you will want to keep going because your brain is just like, yeah, why not? Let's go. Same with content creation. Don't pressure yourself to film, edit a whole video in one day. Your breadcrumb is just opening your notes app and writing a single idea down for this week's video. And once that line is there, the hard part is already done. Your brain naturally wants to add another layer and finish the video off because you started it. Or journaling. Your breadcrumb isn't writing 3 pages of deep reflections. It's not gonna happen. It's literally opening your notebook and writing one single word for the day. Whether you're irritated, you're happy, you're grateful, whatever it is. That one word will then create enough momentum around to keep your hand moving across the page and at least journal 1 page or half a page. Now, I know it sounds ridiculously simple, and it really is, but that's the whole point. Your brain hates massive leaps. It craves small wins because we're so addicted to dopamine. The breadcrumb method tricks your brain into starting, and once you start, everything else will flow. Trust me, that's the psychology of discipline for everybody. And that's how you hack into finally sticking to something. And I feel like it's not just about mindset, it's also biology. Every time you follow through a breadcrumb, I've read this in some book, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine, which we love in this generation generation. That's the feel-good chemical that we get when we scroll through TikTok, when we binge watch Netflix, all of those things. Except here, you're just using it intentionally to reinforce discipline into your life. And that little dopamine spike tells your brain that this feels good. I want to do it again and again. And when you stack those breadcrumbs every single day, it's not going to happen in few months, probably 6 months to a year, you'll start to notice that your brain literally rewires itself. You create this habit loop in life then, which is cue, action, and reward. And the cue might be putting on your little shoes, the action might be moving your body, going for a walk, and then the reward is, I feel so good. And that's dopamine. And you see changes then in your life, and that keeps you going. Over time, your brain doesn't then wait for motivation. And that's when you really know you're powerful as a human. It automatically craves the action because it associates that with reward. And this is how you turn discipline from something that feels like forcing yourself in like a cage into something that you're addicted to. Not addicted in a negative way, but addicted in a sense that your body and mind naturally want to keep going because it feels good to go and see the results and then get that dopamine. And that's the secret. Discipline isn't about willpower. Willpower will run out. Discipline is about wiring your brain so showing up becomes automatic, and the breadcrumb method is how you flip that switch into like actually getting addicted to it. I always keep saying this, is that discipline is the highest form of self-respect any human can have. Anyone can wake up and scroll, and anyone can let their emotions run the day. Anyone can keep waiting for motivation to knock on their door, which doesn't happen every day. But when you choose discipline, you're saying to yourself that I matter enough to keep the promises that I make to myself. Whether I say it to other people or no, I've made it in my mind and I matter. And that's where your self-respect just peaks. That's power. And that's freedom, because no one can take discipline away from you. Life can throw chaos, which it will, and people can disappoint you, motivation can vanish, but discipline is the one thing that makes you untouchable. It's not about being perfect. It's about proving to yourself that you can fall out of track and fall back into the rhythm over and over again, that you refuse to abandon yourself and your goals. And once you get addicted to doing that, you feel, I'm telling you, unstoppable. You know that, okay, it may take longer, but I'll reach that goal one day or the other. I know I'm going to reach it. And your mind is unfortunately the greatest gatekeeper here that you'll ever meet. Most of the time, it's not guarding you from danger. It's actually guarding you from growth. Every time that you try to step out of this circle, which is your comfort zone, your mind will throw excuses at you. Do it tomorrow. You're tired today. It won't matter anyways. Like one day doesn't matter. It does. One day, one workout session does pile on to your final goal. It convinces you, your mind will convince you that safety is in staying the same, in the known, when in reality, staying the same is the most dangerous thing a human can do. That's why big goals feel impossible to people. Your mind looks at them and says, it's too risky, it's too out of that bubble, stay where it's safe. And that's exactly where most people get stuck in life, inside the prison of their circle, of their comfort zone. But then the breadcrumb method comes in, and I've used it. It has helped me really discipline myself more. It flips the script. And when you make the goal so small that your brain can't reject it, your brain is practically like, there's no reason to reject that, the gatekeeper will slowly let you through. Putting on your shoes doesn't feel dangerous to you. Writing one sentence in your journal doesn't feel overwhelming. But those tiny moves slip past the gatekeeper, and before your brain even realizes it, you're already in motion, and you get the dopamine by the end of it. And once you're in motion, you must have seen this with yourself as well. When you start something, you want to just keep going and finish it, and then you feel good finishing it. So the hardest part is usually just starting, like taking that first step. When you start using this method slowly with everything in life, discipline stops being this giant mountain in front of you and starts being like a path that you're already walking. That's how you trick your comfort zone into expanding, into making a bigger circle and getting out of it and growing in life. And that's how you rewire your brain to stop guarding the old you and start becoming the new you.